Welcome to CAS 170, Beginning Excel. My name is Eric Greene. I'll be your instructor. Long before there were computers or even adding machines, there was such a thing as a very wide piece of paper, usually 11 inches high and 17 inches wide. That piece of paper was known as a spreadsheet. Usually it would be pre-printed with 14 columns running top to bottom and pre-printed rows. Column 1 would be headings, one in each row, like selling price, rent, expense, etc. The next 12 columns could be used for each month of the year, and the final column could be used for a total. Spreadsheets were a powerful tool for financial analysis and budgeting. If you paid attention to the beginning part of Dickens' Christmas Carol, you would have noticed Bob Cratchit sitting on a high stool, posting numbers in a pre-computed database. One of the earliest PC computer applications was spreadsheets. Even though they could only do basic mathematical functions along with copy and paste, they were quickly embraced by people like Bob Cratchit. The Microsoft Office 2013 version of Excel we will be studying offers much more functionality. So much, in fact, that spreadsheets can now be used for non-financial functions such as preparing a list of taxpayers or customers to mail into a personalized letter, or simply keeping track of all sorts of data. Try to think of a spreadsheet as a large sheet of paper. Just as a book is comprised of sheets of paper, so too is an Excel workbook comprised of worksheets. Because all sorts of calculations can be made in the Excel spreadsheet, it is much more flexible than a paper spreadsheet. Be sure to learn the names of all the parts of the Excel window. These names will be used over and again throughout the text. When starting a new project, I will sometimes lay it out on paper, or at least lay it out in my head. Don't skip the whole planning process. It will actually save you time in the long run. Of course, Excel is flexible and you can make changes later, but planning is good. The three basic general categories for data are text, numbers, and dates and times. Text data is a combination of letters, numbers, and some symbols that form words and sentences. Number data is any numerical value that can be used in a mathematical calculation. Date and time data are commonly recognized formats for date and time values. By default, text is left aligned in cells, whereas numbers, dates, and times are right aligned. When you enter multiple lines of text within a cell, Excel automatically turns on the Wrap Text Alignment option. This may be confusing to new Excel users. Notice the Wrap Text button in the Alignment group of the Home tab. It becomes selected when text is entered on multiple lines. If you click the Wrap Text button, deselecting the Wrap Text feature, the text will once again appear on a single line. Excel will automatically change some dates into a default date format. For example, if you enter the date June 4, 2009, Excel will change the date to 4-June-09. If you enter the date using a two-digit year value such as 6/4/09, Excel will change the date to 6/4/2009. Excel refers to these date formats as short dates. You can control the automatic reformatting of short dates by changing Windows regional settings. The apostrophe in front of any number turns it into a name. So, for example, you can force dates to appear as you wish on a one-time basis. Working with ranges allows you to select groups of cells and manipulate them within the worksheet or copy them to other areas, even to other applications such as Word or Outlook. Range also helps you find where you put stuff in really big spreadsheets. A formula always needs to begin with an equal sign. You can use a plus sign and Excel will change it into an equal sign. There are many kinds of operations used in worksheets. With practice, they will become familiar to you. However, the order of precedence is very important. If you do not follow the rules of the order of precedence, you may get results that do not match what you're looking for. Excel contains a wealth of keyboard shortcuts designed to work with formulas. Keyboard shortcuts are an effective way to speed up your work, such as displaying the relationship between a formula in a cell and the cell it references, but they are tedious to remember unless you use them on a frequent basis at work. A function is a predefined or built-in formula for a commonly used calculation. Each Excel function has a name and a syntax. The syntax refers to the order in which you must enter the different parts of the function and the location in which you must insert commas, parentheses, and other punctuation. The AutoSum function allows you to quickly enter a sum in a cell. The sum function is the most widely used function, and the AutoSum allows you to automate the process. When you choose the AutoSum feature, Excel will guess which cell should be included in the sum. Check the AutoSum range to make sure that it is what you really want. You can use the AutoSum button to insert any function into the active cell. To select that function, click the AutoSum button and then click More Functions and choose the function from the Insert Function dialog box. Excel will automatically insert the cell reference of the row or column into the function if appropriate. As soon as you begin to type a value for a cell, you enter editing mode. You must complete the edit before you can perform some other operation. Completing the edit is accomplished by either pressing the Enter key or by moving the cursor to another cell. You can reverse an action by pressing the Undo button. This is a great safety net, as long as too many actions have not been completed before you decide you want to reverse an action. My favorite way to move or copy a worksheet is to right-click the Sheet tab and then mouse-click Move or Copy. Excel opens the Move or Copy dialog box where you can move or copy the selected sheet to a new location in the current workbook or to a new location in a different workbook. Switching views doesn't change the information in the workbooks, just the way you view it on the screen. The landscape orientation is often used when printing a worksheet because there are often many columns. Printing in landscape allows you to see more columns at once. Using small fonts lets you cram even more data into a printed page. Print is not part of this online class, but printing the formulas is one way to check long, complex formulas.